Okay, let's say we want to find the equation of a line that connects 2 points. We know that generally speaking, we can write the equation of the line y equals mx plus b. In terms of figuring out the equation of the line, we need to figure out what m is, and we need to figure out what b is. The best place to start is by finding the slope. We know how to find the slope between 2 points. We know that slope is equal to rise over run, which means it's also equal to the change in y's relative to the run. What I'm going to do is a y subtraction over an x subtraction, because that's going to tell me how much I go up and down between these 2 points relative to how much I go side to side between these 2 points. In my numerator, I'm looking at negative 14 minus 11. Negative 14 minus 11, which is negative 25. What that represents is the fact that if you were all the way up at 11 and you went down to negative 14, you went down 25 units. All right, on to the change in x. I'm going to do the second x minus the first x. Negative 6 minus 9. That makes negative 15, which represents the fact that if you're all the way far forward at x is 9, and you have to retreat to negative 6, you went backwards 15 units. All right, we always simplify our slope. Looking at this, I have a negative divided by a negative, which cancels out. So I know my slope is going to be a positive number. I also know that my numerator and my denominator are divisible by 5. So I do 25 over 5 makes 5, 15 over 5 makes 3. The slope of my line is equal to 5/3. Okay, if I'm writing the equation of my line, I now can replace m with the slope. My line is y is equal to 5/3 times x plus b. All right, we were able to find the slope, and now what we can do is plug in a point x comma y to figure out what the y-intercept is. Generally speaking, these points make the equation work. So if we plug in the x and the y, we should be able to find the b that makes the equation true. Both of the points are equally good for this task. Both of them, if you plug them in, will give you the exact same b, because they're both on the line. I'm going to choose the first one, though, because it doesn't have any negatives, so it's easier to work with. I'm going to replace x with 9 and y with 11. All right, then I fill in that slope I found, and I've got the statement 11 is equal to 5/3 of 9 plus b. I can solve this and find the y-intercept of my line. The one thing I have to be careful with is this fraction multiplication. To make your life easier, do some cross-canceling. With 9 on the top and 3 on the bottom, I can get that this just becomes 5 times 3, or 11 is equal to 15 plus b. A little bit of subtraction on both sides reveals that our y-intercept is equal to negative 4. I found the slope by doing change in y over change in x. I replaced m with the slope, and then I plugged in a point to solve for b. I now have all the information I need to write the equation of my line. These 2 points are connected by the line whose equation is y equals 5/3 of x minus